Gillette's new ad, The Best a Man Can Be, is stirring a lot of controversy, and it's no wonder why. Their ad is wrong in so many ways. The biggest problem with the ad is the hypocrisy of Gillette to make it. Gillette wants to talk about being a man, but they let Chris Brown, who beat Rihanna, perform at their stadium. This shows that Gillette is not genuine in their message, and they are just in it for the money. They're a business, and they see trends and they jump on it. They see a trend of being woke and women empowerment with all this Me Too, and they jump on it. They thrash their own ads in the past as if they're so bad. So if that is the case, then why all of a sudden they change it up? Again, it's for the money, and it isn't just Gillette. A lot of these vocal voices in this women empowerment movement can be shown to be phony. Lady Gaga, for instance, decided to delete a song with R. Kelly because of what he did, even though when she had done the song with him, it was already well known what he did. But now that she won a Golden Globe and the spotlight was on her and the documentary about R. Kelly came out, she now wants to stand up. Meryl Streep, who has been very vocal about sexual misconduct in Hollywood, called Harvey Weinstein a god back in 2012. You mean to tell me the same man who has all these allegations against him, all these charges, who she be bashing, she called him a god though in 2012, but she's supposed to be some women's rights voice? They say they want to fight against toxic masculinity, that the idea of too much masculinity is bad, but in reality, most men have not enough masculinity. Take this fact for an instance. 43% of boys are raised by single mothers. 78% of teachers are female. So close to 50% of boys have 100% feminine influence at home and 80% feminine influence at school. The problem isn't too much masculinity. The problem is not enough masculinity. How come when women show their feminine side, they get called brave, but when men show their masculinity, they're called toxic or misogynistic? And people want to act like women are just all innocent victims in this. What about all the women who falsely accuse people of rape and they get slapped on their wrists after the men have served time in prison? What about all the women who knew about the rape in Hollywood but did nothing until after they got paid? You know, most of the times women get the children divorced, meanwhile the man has to pay money to her for a long time. How come nobody's calling them out? Oh, that's right, because if you do, you're a sexist, you're misogynistic. Women rights activists get praised, but the moment someone says men rights, they are seen as a bad person, and that is the hypocrisy that fuels this Gillette ad and all like it. In the ad, there's a scene where a bunch of boys are fighting. The dads are saying boys will be boys. They make it seem like boys are raised by fathers who have no problem with violence, when in reality, most fathers will stop a fight and not just let their child get beat, especially at a barbecue with friends. The other problem is that some of these things shown in the ad are not bad traits by men. One of the scenes have a guy who's about to talk to a girl and he wants to flirt with her. So he says something like, "Hey baby," and before he can make contact, his friend stops him and he says, "Stop." Now that could be sexual harassment, but it all depends on how the woman takes it. The ad just slanders that as a bad behavior, when in reality, a lot of women are approached that way. In cases, that's how they want to be approached. This isn't to say that that's how a person should approach women, but it makes no sense for an ad to portray that as negative behavior when in cases that is the norm and it's what some prefer. Like now it's sexual harassment just to try to flirt with someone. The other situation is when the man tells a girl to smile. It's been an idea recently that telling a female to smile is somehow sexist. Maybe that was used in a sexist way in other cases, but for the most part, that is not sexist. People, regardless of their gender, are told to smile, or they should smile more. Men have been told that, and there are cases which a person would suggest someone should smile just to seem happy. There's nothing sexist about wanting someone to smile more. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with empowering women and wanting people to do this right thing, but there is something wrong with slandering an entire gender and meanwhile doing what you blame them for. This is Purple Field Philosophy. Drop your opinions down below, subscribe, and we'll talk later.